Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the wild world of cybersecurity, specifically the top 20 most common types of attacks, from phishing emails to sophisticated attacks that can take down businesses. We'll show you how these attacks work and how to protect yourself. So hit that subscribe button and let's get started. All right, let's kick things off with a bang, or should I say a flood. We're talking about denial of service, DOS, and distributed denial of service, DDoS attacks. Imagine trying to order a pizza online, but the website's down. Frustrating, right? That's a DOS attack. Now imagine thousands of requests all at once. The website crashes. That's a DDoS attack, a digital flash mob with malicious intent. Next up, we've got MITM Attacks, which stands for man in the middle. This attack is all about eavesdropping. Imagine you're sending a private message to your friend. An attacker intercepts it, maybe even changes it and forwards it on. Strong encryption is your best friend. It's like sending your message in a secret language. Using a VPN is like sending your message through a secure tunnel. Let's talk about phishing attacks. Those sketchy emails claiming you've won the lottery or your bank account is compromised. They trick you into giving up sensitive information like passwords or credit card details. They create fake websites or emails that look convincing. No legitimate organization asks for personal information via email. Check the sender's email address carefully and contact the organization directly if unsure. 4. Whale phishing, reeling in the big fish. Now, if regular fishing is like casting a wide net hoping to catch a few unsuspecting fish, whale phishing is like using a harpoon to target a specific high-value target. We're talking CEOs, celebrities, politicians, basically anyone with access to valuable data or influence. These attacks are often highly sophisticated and personalized, using social engineering tactics to gain the trust of their victims. The best defense against whale phishing is unfortunately not something you can just download or install. It's about being vigilant, being skeptical, and being aware of the tactics these attackers use. 5. Spear-Phishing. It's personal. Let's talk about spear-phishing. Attackers target specific individuals with customized emails to trick them. Imagine getting an email from your CEO requesting an urgent wire transfer. It looks legitimate using the CEO's name and email signature. Always verify the sender's identity through a different channel. 6. Ransomware, your files held hostage. All right, let's talk about ransomware, and no, it's not the latest Hollywood action flick. This nasty piece of malware is like the digital equivalent of a hostage situation. It infiltrates your computer or network, encrypts all your files, and then demands a ransom, usually in cryptocurrency, to give you back the key to unlock them. So how do you protect yourself from these digital kidnappers? Well, first and foremost, always back up your data. Secondly, be cautious about what you click on and what you download. 7. Password attacks. Cracking the code. Let's be honest, we've all been guilty of using weak passwords at some point. Password attacks come in all shapes and sizes, from brute force attacks to dictionary attacks to even more sophisticated methods like credential stuffing. The good news is protecting yourself from password attacks is relatively easy. First and foremost, use strong, unique passwords for each of your accounts. And that's where password managers come in, generating and storing all your passwords securely. 8. SQL Injection Attacks, sneaking into databases. All right, let's get a little technical for a moment and talk about SQL Injection Attacks. Imagine a website with a login form. You enter your username and password, and the website checks those credentials against its database. Now imagine an attacker injecting malicious code into that login form. Instead of checking your credentials, the website now executes the attacker's code, potentially giving them access to the entire database. Developers need to use parameterized queries or prepared statements to sanitize user input and prevent malicious code from being executed. 9. URL interpretation, guessing your way in. Websites have long, complicated URLs with weird characters and numbers. Attackers guess these URLs to access hidden files or directories. This is dangerous if they contain sensitive information. Developers must secure files and require authentication. Regularly scan for vulnerabilities and update software. It's like locking your diary and keeping the key safe. Let's talk about DNS spoofing, a sneaky attack. Your computer uses a DNS server to translate website addresses into IP addresses. An attacker can change the IP address linked to a website. You might end up on a fake site controlled by the attacker. Use a reputable DNS server and watch for suspicious activity. Imagine logging into your favorite online store, browsing through products, adding things to your cart, and then bam, you get logged out and someone else seems to have taken over your account. That, my friends, is session hijacking. When you log into a website, you're assigned a unique session ID. Session hijacking is when an attacker steals that key. Always log out of your accounts, especially on public computers. Consider using a VPN for added security. Brute force attacks are like a battering ram, but surprisingly effective. Imagine an attacker trying every password combination. It's like trying every key on a giant key ring. Eventually, they get lucky. Enable two-factor authentication and implement rate limiting on login attempts. Web attacks are like the Swiss Army knife of cyber attacks. There's a tool for every occasion. These attacks exploit vulnerabilities to steal data, spread malware, or take control of servers. So, how do you protect yourself? Keep your browser and plugins up to date. Follow web security best practices and use a web application firewall. Regularly scan your website for vulnerabilities. Sometimes the biggest cybersecurity threats come from within an organization. We're talking disgruntled employees, accidental data leaks, or even malicious insiders who intentionally steal or sabotage data. It's like having a fox guarding the hen house. So how do you protect yourself from these insider threats? Well, it's all about having strong security policies and procedures in place. This includes things like background checks on employees, limiting access to sensitive information, implementing a clear data loss prevention (DLP) strategy, and providing regular security awareness training to all employees. Imagine an employee who's about to be fired, deciding to take revenge by deleting important files, stealing customer data, or installing malware on company computers. Remember the story of the Trojan horse? The Greeks built a giant wooden horse, pretended it was a gift, and wheeled it into the city of Troy, only to have soldiers hidden inside sneak out at night and open the gates for the Greek army. Well, Trojan horse malware is kind of like that, except instead of soldiers, it's malicious code disguised as something harmless. You might download a Trojan horse thinking you're getting a great deal on software, but in reality, you're inviting malware onto your computer. So how do you protect yourself? Be careful about what you download and from where. Stick to reputable websites and sources, and always scan downloaded files with your antivirus software. Drive-by attacks are like stepping on a rusty nail. You don't have to do anything wrong to get infected. Visiting a compromised site or clicking a malicious link can infect your computer. These attacks exploit browser vulnerabilities to silently install malware. Keep your browser and plugins up to date. Always have a reputable antivirus program running. Crosssite scripting or XSS attacks are like slipping a note in a crowded room. Instead of a harmless message, it's malicious code injected into a website. Imagine visiting your favorite forum and seeing a harmless post. Hidden within is malicious JavaScript code. When loaded, it can steal cookies, redirect to phishing sites, or take control. Protect yourself by being wary of user-generated content. Install browser extensions to filter out malicious scripts. 18. Eavesdropping attacks, listening in on your conversations. Eavesdropping attacks are like the digital equivalent of listening in on a phone call. Attackers intercept network traffic to steal data, passwords, or other sensitive information. Avoid using public Wi-Fi for sensitive activities like online banking. Use a VPN to encrypt your traffic on public Wi-Fi. 19. Birthday attacks exploiting probability. Birthday attacks might sound festive, but they're anything but. These attacks exploit the birthday paradox, where in a group of 23 there's a high chance 2 share a birthday. They find collisions in hash functions used to verify data integrity. Use strong hash functions resistant to collisions. 20. Malware attacks, the silent invaders. Malware is software designed to harm your computer or steal your data. It can infect your computer through malicious links, infected files, or compromised websites. Protect yourself by installing and updating a reputable antivirus program. Be cautious about what you click on and download. Always back up your important data. Outro, stay safe out there. And there you have it, the top 20 most common cybersecurity attacks you need to know. I know it's a lot to take in, but the good news is that by understanding these threats and taking some basic precautions, you can significantly reduce your risk of becoming a victim. Remember, cybersecurity is an ongoing process, not a one-time event. So stay informed, stay vigilant, and stay safe out there in the digital world. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more cybersecurity tips and tech insights. Stay safe online.